Alright my dudes, this was definitely not the video that I had planned for you today, so change of plans. You're gonna get ready with me, and we're not gonna go anywhere. Hello, you are looking so good. I hope you are well. Welcome to my channel. My name's TK. If this is your first time here, I'd just like to try and talk about ways I am living my life with more intention, and I have something a little different for y'all today because I procrastinated and my video all about positive things that are happening in the world was completely out of focus. You might hear this camera adjusting. We got a new Fujifilm X-T20 and I have not yet figured out the learning curve on it. If you've noticed the autofocus going in and out and it bothers you, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to just stop worrying about it and move on. But because my footage that I put off editing into the last minute wasn't usable, I had to come up with a new strategy, and today's video is inspired by Emma Chamerlain. I don't know if you are familiar with her, but she is hilarious. She's been on YouTube for quite a few years now, and she's super popular. I think she has like 8 million followers or something. But in one of her recent videos, she was just like, I'm bored. Here are the things I'm doing. And one of the things she's doing is practicing her eye makeup, which is something I am absolutely horrible at. And I don't know, I thought maybe I could talk about positive things that are happening in the world while I try to do my makeup with the help of some YouTube tutorials that are definitely like well beyond my skill set, and I don't even like have the right tools to do it, so it should be pretty entertaining from that standpoint. But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about why I was having so much trouble getting off my butt to make a video for you this week in the first place. Obviously I was pretty disappointed when I sat down and realized like everything I'd shot is pretty awful. I did some reflecting last night on why I'd procrastinated in the first place. If I had just shot earlier or not waited until the absolute last minute to sit down and edit, then I wouldn't have been in that situation. And if you recall, a couple months ago, I did a video on procrastinating, link in the iCard and the description if that's something you want to check out. And during my research, I found that there's like a couple reasons that we probably procrastinate. And one of the reasons is like, a detachment from your future self, and that really resonated yesterday. It's hard to plan for the future and like get excited about things right now because everything feels really uncertain, but having identified that, I feel really strongly that we just like have to do our best. I personally have to do my best to keep showing up for myself, and especially for you. I don't want to take your time and attention for granted. I want to put out things that make you think more about living your life more intentionally, or bring you some sort of comfort or joy, and maybe even a little inspiration every now and again. So I'm sorry if I didn't respect you enough to use that to motivate me this week. I think I'm definitely going to be holding on to that going forward, and it was an awesome lesson to be reminded of. So while I essentially paint my face, I'm going to be doing a little multitasking and trying to share like some mantras and some ideas that are bringing me comfort during a very uncomfortable time. And I'd like to reiterate, I'm just getting ready for like my book club virtual meetup tonight, and this might suck. I don't know. You don't have to watch it. I love you either way. If you're like, okay, this is not my thing, that's fine. This framing's weird. It's not awesome lighting. I'm gonna take a quick picture of like my impromptu setup because since Dan's working from home, since Dan's working from home, like I couldn't shoot in the living room, so we're in the bedroom today. Very minimal space, and obviously, you're a little closer to me than usual, but maybe it's just gonna be a little more intimate. Okay, so I just picked a random video tutorial. She looks pretty good. hopefully I will too. Her name is Cassidy. What is her name?
What's up, you guys? It's Cassidy. Welcome back to my channel. So today,
bright and glamorous spring eye makeup. So I'm gonna put her in my headphones so that you can still hear me while I do this. One of the things that is bringing me the most comfort right now is trying to meditate on the mantra that this is not forever. We don't know what it's gonna look like afterwards, but like the stay in your home, try not to accidentally kill people, stress of a pandemic is not going to be eternal. We will get out of this. And the other thing bringing me comfort is that we're gonna get out of it by working together, and there are a lot of really wonderful stories of ways people are showing up for their communities. John Krasinski started a good news show this week. Link in the description and the iCard to that, because that was kind of along the lines of the video I'd wanted to make for you this week, but he just did a way better job. And there's like a cameo from Steve Carell, so that'll bring you a smile and a laugh, I'm sure. Okay, so she's talking about like all this prep that she did. I just put on some lotion because that's usually my beauty routine. I washed my face, put on some Burt's Bees lotion with a sunscreen in it. And usually I just slap on some mascara and call it good. The products I'm going to be using, I'm glad are out of frame because they are not in great shape and pretty old. Okay, I have to rewind this a little bit though. Focus up, TK. This one. And I'm using Photo Booth as a mirror. Pro tip from my girl Rachel while she was traveling, back when you were allowed to do that. Oh man, this lighting is rough. This should be pretty entertaining. Okay, we got the brown fluffy brush.
Precise with this at all. You guys know when it comes to my transition color, I just like smack it on there. Just
well, good, me either, girl.
No F's given.
Smacking
this is
it
the color
on.
that's gonna really lay the base down for the
No
rest of the
F's
eye
given.
look, and it's gonna help everything else look more blended. Nice and smooth.
Another thing that I am liking to think about lately is that along the lines of we don't know how this is going to shake out, it's hard to account for human ingenuity. And I think you're going to see people stepping up in a lot of ways that no one could have anticipated. And I think whatever the solution to all this is going to surprise everyone.
Vintage, so I never have to be like too heavy-handed with it. And when I put this on, I just kind of pack it on that outer corner and just like move my brush in little circular motions right there, just slowly trying to build it up since this is a darker color than the one before. I'm a little bit more precise with it.
I don't even think it's showing up, man. Man. What if I just use a darker one? I feel like this is gonna be a mistake, but worse things have happened. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Is it the primer that makes it so your eyelids don't sag, or is that just because I'm getting old, guys? Huh, this is kind of fun. I mean, it doesn't look good, but it is definitely passing the time. Okay, let's see. What else is making me feel good? Oh, I'm having so much time to chat with friends. Like, I thought I would be like binging a ton of TV. I've been unemployed for like a full week now. So I've been spending a ton of time video chatting or messaging on the internet, especially with some of my friends who I have a hard time connecting with because they're usually working constantly and there is a time difference. So super freaking grateful for that. So there's a poem by an Irish teacher called Katie O'Mara that pretty well sums up my feelings towards this. She was inspired by the COVID-19 quarantines and then wrote a poem about it, and I really am comforted and heartened by the way she describes it. And I hope that if you needed it, you have this time to meet your shadow, and that you have time to make art and exercise and sleep and rest and do all the things that we should be doing more often and have maybe taken for granted while we were just grinding, you know? Okay, back to the makeup. This is fine. Okay. I think we've gone as far as we can with her. It really doesn't like look that much. I'm just gonna go rogue. I think the unity that we're seeing in terms of like younger and less at-risk people stepping up to help older people or persons who are immunocompromised are really inspiring. There's a great resource if you're looking to get involved called Alone, and you can become a volunteer to like call people, seniors who are living alone that might be getting a little lonely during this isolation. Or there is another way you can help by like getting on a list to help deliver goods like groceries and prescriptions. If you're interested in learning more about that, there'll be a link in the description. And then these are local stories, but I'm sure there are awesome local stories in your communities too about like short stay vacation homes and hotels donating their space to people who need it. Like the Jupiter Hotel in Portland has donated their space to persons experiencing both houselessness and COVID-19 symptoms. And then like the Tiny House Caravan out in the Alberta Arts District is donating their space to healthcare workers who need to quarantine to protect their families. And like that sucks, but I'm glad that they have somewhere to go and they don't just like have to live in their garage, because we're hearing stories like that too. Oh, and Dan's favorite silver lining, pet adoptions are soaring. And Anheuser-Busch is pledged, and Anheuser-Busch has pledged to give folks who adopt a new pet 3 months worth of beer. So that's great too. If you are interested in adopting a shelter pet, they're getting pretty inventive, and link to a USA Today article below as well on how they got inspired by like the Home Shopping Network. And they're just having videographers like walk around and like talk about and show the different animals that are available. And then they're like organizing a curbside pickup so it's still safe. You're not coming into a lot of contact with people. And lastly, I just want to like send you a virtual hug. It's really important that we still stay connected, although distance. Please stay home, keep washing your hands, do everything you can to help those essential workers that are putting themselves in jeopardy for the greater good. But like, also be taking care of yourself. Don't lose your mind. Do something fun. Practice some makeup. It's honestly not as bad as I thought it would be. Reach out to your friends. Oh, I don't need this anymore. I'm gonna just be hanging out. So if you don't have anyone to talk to, hit me up. I love you very, very much. Thank you for all you're doing. I appreciate your existence and your time and attention. If you want to stick with me on my journey towards intentional living, subscribe if you want to get notified when I upload a video pretty much every Monday. Have a great week. I'll see you later.